I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to our webcast and to our website, Prophecy in the News. It's Christmas Eve, and you know what? The most exciting thing I could tell you about today is my gift that I got this year, and that was life. For early in the year, last February, actually, it was even during the Christmas holidays last year, I was feeling bad. And early in the year, January, I went to the doctor, couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. February, I finally found that I had cancer, colon cancer, and it had metastasized to my liver. And so I was stage 4. And stage 4 is not good. It's the final stage, you know. It's a death sentence. Well, I began immediately with a regimen to try to shrink the tumor, but it would just continue to grow. And finally, I gave in to the surgeon's suggestion, and on May the 12th, they took out 1/3 or 30% of my colon. And the tumor was located just above my appendix on my right side. So they took out all of that part of the colon, but it had metastasized to my liver, and it was already too large for them to go in and do anything with it. And so they gave me in June a 6-week session of chemotherapy. During that time, I lost 40 pounds. I looked like death warmed over. Got down to 160 pounds. And of course, after losing that weight, it also shrunk the tumor down about 1 centimeter. Didn't get rid of it, just shrunk it down enough to where the surgeon said, I believe I can go in and ablate it with radiofrequency ablation. And so on August the 4th, I went under the knife again, and I poked 3 little holes in my stomach or abdomen, and they went in there, and with a little needle with several little needles that comes out from it, they went up through that tumor, and they turned on the radio frequency RF and burned that tumor completely. They left the ashes, but they burned it, and the doctor was hoping that he got it all. Didn't know for sure. So I had an MRI in September, around September the 15th or 20th, somewhere during that week. I can't remember the exact date. But the results came back that there was no cancer left, at least as far as they could tell. So the doctor thinks he got it all. So I was dubbed in remission. At that time, of course, the oncologist said that I could start taking a pill for chemotherapy. Now, that pill's pretty rough. It's poison. It's poisoning my body, my system. My fingernails are in pretty critical condition, but I'm getting better. This pill is called Xeloda, Xeloda. And it is, I take 7 of them in the morning, 7 a day, 4 in the morning and 3 in the evening for 1 week, and then I wait a week. And then I take another set for 7 days. And so it's 1 week on, 1 week off, 7 pills a day. In addition to that, I'm taking Celebrex. That's a little pill put out by Pfizer. It's an anti-inflammatory pill. It's supposed to be good for arthritis. But a clinical trial was done down at MD Anderson, I think it was, in Houston. And they determined through this clinical trial that when Xeloda is given along with Celebrex, the two together combined to kill the mother stem cells that produce the cancer cells. And my oncologist said something like, I recall him saying, this is the nearest thing to a cure I've ever seen. And he told me, he said, I wouldn't even know about it because they haven't published it yet. By the way, they haven't published it yet, so don't tell anybody, okay? One of these days they'll get around to publishing it. But they have finished the clinical trial, and the doctor said I wouldn't know about it because it hasn't been published, except I have a patient that's in that clinical trial, and she's doing great. So that's what I've been taking for the last few months. This should be a regimen that in 6 months I'll begin to cut down one pill. I'll take 6 a day and then cut down to 5 a day and 4 a day. And after 2 years, I'll be off of it and should be completely cured of cancer. At least that's the plan. I'm praying that the Lord will come back and rapture us out before 2 years. I don't want to have to stick around 2 more years. Of course, we don't know when the Lord's coming. We just have to occupy till He comes. But I tell you what, just to be alive today is a miracle. And I want to thank all of you who prayed for me. I believe God is the great physician, and He's the one who gave me life for this Christmas. What a Christmas gift. So when you pray, thank the Lord on my behalf. And continue to pray for me, because we're still on chemotherapy. Pray that my body will be able to withstand that poison and not have all the after effects that I had with the other chemotherapy. And Lord willing, one of these days my fingernails will be back normal again. I'll keep you in touch, let you know when. Also, next week on December 30th, I'm going to have another PET scan. They're going to look throughout my body, all the way from head to toe, and see if the cancer has returned anywhere and another tumor has started up. They do that by injecting sugar water, because cancer loves sugar. And the sugar will accumulate where the cancer is. And of course, along with this sugar water is a radioisotope of some kind that goes with the sugar, and where the sugar goes, the isotope goes, and so the PET scan will light up like a Christmas tree wherever it congregates into one particular place. So if I have a tumor growing again in my liver, it'll light up. And the doctor then said that if he finds another tumor or that he missed something, he'll go back in and finish the job and get it again. So let's pray that I won't have to be going on into surgery again in January, but we'll know, and we'll let you know just as soon as we can after we have the PET scan on December 30th. We'll let you know what the doctors found or didn't find. Merry Christmas, my friend. Keep looking up. I'm J.R. Church. See you again tomorrow.